Hi everyone and welcome to Control Alt Craft. Rose with you, and today we have another Sims 4 speed build. I have to say this is my second recording of this video. I just recorded for 20 minutes straight, exported it, listened to it, and it was trash. I don't know why the recording sounded so tinny and kind of coarse and rough. I don't know why that was. I just tested this one and listened back to it and it seems fine now. So if it's not, this is the one we're using. I don't care. I'm not recording for 40 minutes straight. I've just talked about all of this stuff that I have in my notes and now I have to talk about it all over again. Granted, I did feel like it was a pretty rubbish recording anyway, so I am kind of grateful for the chance to redo it. But still, that's 20 minutes worth of work that I'm not going to get back and I'm so salty. Anyway, today we are building the College of Winterhold in Skyrim. Now obviously this isn't a true recreation, this is just like an inspiration, if you like. It was inspired by the college in the popular video game Skyrim, and the idea is that you can use this build and replace the, I don't know what kind of lot it is it generic? There's a lot in the Magic Realm that you get access to with the Magic Realm stuff pack, or game pack, sorry. And the lot there is pretty average, I'm not gonna lie. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video and that I wanted to recreate a new version of the lot for people to use if they wanted to download it and replace that trash version with this one. And there are a lot of other really great ones on the gallery too, so do check them out in case there's something there that really tickles your fancy. But this one especially is designed to be like the Skyrim Winterhold College. So the College of Winterhold within Skyrim is like a place where the player can go to learn magic and level up and get tutored. They follow a whole bunch of quest lines, they learn new spells, and they also get to slay a dragon there too, which you will see soon enough. I put a dragon on the roof at the end of the video, just to sort of symbolize that whole encounter that you get as well. I remember encountering dragons in Skyrim was the most terrifying thing for me ever. Once you complete the one at Whiterun, which I believe is the first dragon you slay, I avoided them like the plague. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be any good at this. There's no way they're going to be that easy like that one was. And so I would just avoid them at all costs. But now I actually fight them. I remember after fighting my first one, like my first proper one, I just felt so empowered. Like, it's crazy to think that I could just slay a dragon. So I've been slaying dragons ever since. So yeah, I often think about getting Skyrim for Switch, but I honestly think it's kind of pointless without cloud saves. So the thing about Skyrim is that it's on all the platforms these days. But like, I have so many different saves and I find it so disheartening to go from one to another. I think the ability to play my current Skyrim save, like at home on my computer and then take it with me on the go with my Switch, from like to start from where I left off on my computer would be amazing. Like, that's such a missed opportunity. And I say my current save, put current in like italicized, you know, because I haven't touched it in a very long time. But it is such a good game, and I would play it more if they had cloud saves where I could change between different consoles. So think about that, Bethesda. Anyway, my current so-called playthrough is of a Khajiit named Moonshadow, and regular viewers would know that this is the name of my Tabaxi rogue in D&D, which I've mentioned her from time to time. This character is literally the same character as my D&D character, a spellcasting thief. So I've leveled up a lot in magic and in thief skills. So yeah, it's sort of fun to sort of live out that fantasy that I roleplay with my friends, and then, you know, you can also roleplay on the computer as well. It's very cool. All this talk of Skyrim, though, is just making me super keen for Elder Scrolls 6. I cannot wait for that. I've been watching some theory videos on that one too, of like where they think it's going to be set based on like the short snippet of a trailer we got at, I think it was E3. But yeah, we'll see. Hey, we'll see what it's all about, I'm sure, soon enough. I spent ages at the end of this build trying to get some photos of this library in the snow. So this is a library lot that you can place in that magic realm and replace that current lot that's there. But I have some screenshots at the end of this build in the magic realm, but I wanted some screenshots of it in the snow because the College of Winterhold, as the name suggests, is in a place in the northernmost parts of the region of Skyrim where it's snowing like all the time. And so I wanted some snow shots, and it was so hard to get. I was constantly changing from like a public lot to a private lot, fiddling about with cheats that didn't work. I couldn't find a seasons cheat that worked. So I couldn't make it snow, and I had to fart around with this blimmin' weather machine or something or other. Anyway, I did eventually get there, as you will see at the end, but it was an awful lot of hard work. Oh well. I am currently recording this voiceover after a glass of red wine. So I quite like a Cab Merlot. That's what I've been drinking this evening, and that is my favorite wine. I don't like sweet red wines. I like white sweet wines, but I don't like white dry. So I like my reds dry and my whites sweet, and I don't like it when they're the other way around. That's just gross. I can't comprehend a sweet red and a dry white. It's just not pleasant to my taste palette. So yeah, I really enjoy Cab Merlot. I have one a couple of times a week in the evenings. A little red wine for your stomach's sake, as they say. But yeah, no, it's just a little something that I enjoy. A little cheeky treat for Rose. I launched my Etsy store this week actually as well, so you can probably find a link for that down below. My Etsy store is called Bonnie's Yarn, and currently for sale, as I'm recording this at least, I have a mermaid tail, which is like made out of like a purple, blue, and variegated yarn, designed for like a kid or a toddler, small child, and you can like wear it like a lap blanket, but it kind of makes you look like a mermaid, which is pretty cool. I also have a market tote that I made out of a cake yarn, and a scrap beanie made out of some scrap old cotton yarn that I had lying around. So those are currently listed, and you can go check them out. I'm hoping this storefront will be something to do potentially while I work part-time and look after my health. I am thinking of making a small macrame wall hanging to sell as well, but I'm just unsure of how the flip I would manage to post that. Like, how do you post something like that that's so oddly long, shaped, bulky? I wouldn't even know, man. But maybe I should look into that. Speaking of my health, a short update to say that my illness unfortunately has gotten worse. It got worse before it got better again, but I'm still in a lot of pain. Today I was able to walk briefly on both my feet with the soles of my feet touching the floor completely, which is amazing. 2 days ago I was still hobbling about on a walking cane in agony, so this is a major improvement for me, praise God. I am hoping to see a specialist soon to figure out what's wrong with me specifically. Like, the condition is still there. It hasn't healed completely, and it likely won't. But I am grateful that it is now manageable. Even managed to do a short stint on my exercise bike too today, which was pretty good. It was so good to be able to just do some exercise again. I haven't exercised in weeks, and my body is really feeling it. But I've just been so lethargic or in so much pain that I haven't been able to really do anything. So yeah, it's been good to sort of slowly start to get back into a few things, but I didn't want to push myself either and make any of my conditions worse. So yeah, that's been good. And we're over halfway of the recording, yay! Oh, I've been recording now for over half an hour or so, and I'm over it. But I will persist. I will keep going. What else do I have on my list here to talk about? My best friend Jordan, who is featured in some of my videos, has recently been super into Fire Emblem. She gets really into like JRPGs. She got me into Persona for a little while. I never finished that game, but it was so good. She has a lot of time on her hands because of her occupation as a nurse. When she's working a lot, she's working obviously, but when she's home, she'll have a couple of days off in a row where she can just devote all that time to playing JRPGs. So Fire Emblem, or the recent one for the Switch, is what she's been into recently. And she's been really enjoying it, which is awesome. She wants me to get into it, but ain't nobody got time for that, Jordan. I might try it, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to sort of get into it or finish it. It's sort of, yeah. It's hard for me to get into these kinds of games, I guess. I do really want to try Astral Chain at some point though, because that looks really good too. I have been greatly enjoying Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It's such a good game. Like I said previously, I do struggle with the whole non-linear approach to gaming, but it's actually just more exciting. Like, I'm slowly starting to learn this new style of gaming, and my brain is now able to switch out of linear, and now I'm like, oh, I should backtrack and check this out, or backtrack and check that out. And as such, I'm able to sort of figure out puzzles that I guess I wouldn't have figured out before without that mindset, all on my own now, which is exciting. So yes, it's such a good game, and it makes me more keen for Breath of the Wild 2. No matter how much Korok Seed hunting I do in the other one, in the original one, no matter how much I play Link's Awakening, nothing satiates my need for more Breath of the Wild like Breath of the Wild 2. So, rip. I'm hoping that'll release next year. I know that's such high hopes, but the original game released in 2017, and they released all the DLC for it that year. And we haven't had, like, it since. And I know they were working on Link's Awakening, but also they're using, like, the same engine. So, I don't know. Like, next year, maybe late next year or early 2021, I am hoping for that game to come out. I need that game to come out. Gee whiz, I hope this recording's good. If it's not, it's going up anyway. I'm not re-recording this again. I went to my local game store the other day and traded in a bunch of old Wii U games. We lost our Wii U. I have no idea how we managed to do that, but it's just gone. Like, it's not anywhere. I even have a copy still of Twilight Princess, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, that I can't play because I don't have the console, but I refuse to throw the game away because I never finished it. I actually haven't finished a lot of Legend of Zelda games I've played, right? But yeah, like, I never got to finish it because we lost the console, so I refuse to throw it out. But I traded in some other Wii U games we had into my local game store, and surprisingly, like, I didn't think they'd be worth much, but turns out they were worth about 20 bucks each, which is crazy. So I ended up trading in that value for a bunch of Pokemon Nano Blocks. Now, if you don't know what Nano Blocks are, they're like a rip-off Chinese, maybe, version of, like, miniature, tiny Lego. And you can build them into certain, like, statues and figurines and stuff that are licensed. So I've been enjoying the Pokemon Nano Blocks. I have a few of them now. I think off the top of my head, I have Charizard, Squirtle, Venusaur, Eevee, Lapras. I think that's it currently. And then on top of that, recently with the trade-in, I bought the 3 original legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. So I will probably be building them over the next couple of weeks in my spare time. Check out my Instagram if you want to see pics of them when they're finished. These nano blocks are so cool. I really like them. They're a bit of a, I like to collect things. Like, I collect pop vinyls and I collect these nano blocks. I am just, how am I not completely broke in life right now? Anyway, so keep an eye out on my Instagram to check them out when they're done. I'm hoping to sew a new Legend of Zelda dress this week. So I bought some Legend of Zelda fabric. There's kind of, the base color is purple, and then it's got like prints all over it of a young Link from like Majora's Mask. Oddly enough, it also features Na'vi, and Na'vi doesn't feature in that game, but the print has Na'vi on it. So maybe it's like a mix of Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Anyway, so with this fabric, I want to make a dress for Melbourne Cup. Now, for those of you who aren't Australian, Melbourne Cup is a pretty big deal in Australia. It's a major holiday. It's not a public holiday. We don't get it off, but it's a major horse racing event in Melbourne, and the entire country celebrates it. So at a lot of workplaces, like my workplace, we get to dress up for Melbourne Cup Day as though we were going to the races. So you wear like a fancy dress and a fascinator. Now, last year, I did post a video of the dress and fascinator I made for last year's Melbourne Cup, which was a Super Mario dress with a question mark block fascinator. And you can find that video on my channel. And I am hoping to make a Legend of Zelda themed one for this year. And I'm thinking the fascinator might be, like I've got a foam ball and some light blue felt. So I might make like a Na'vi fascinator on top of my head. I don't know how that'll work. But that with the dress I think will be perfect for this year, and maybe I'll film it, so lucky you might see that coming up. But yes, I am looking forward to trying to make that at some point this week when my health is up to it, I guess, which will be good. Oh, we're so close to the end now. What do we got? Like a minute and a half? What else can I talk about? Quick. Oh dear. What about the fact that my partner has never watched the film The Castle? So the other night at church, my pastor referenced the movie The Castle. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Stop watching this. I don't care if there's a minute and a half left. Stop right now and go watch it and then come back. You done that? Okay, good. So that movie is iconic Australian film right there. Like, it's just so funny. It's full of swearing, but it's also hilarious. And my partner has never seen it, and I'm devastated that he's never seen it. So I am forcing him to watch it with me this weekend. And I also want to make him watch The Dish at some point as well. The Dish is another iconic Australian film that is based on the true events of the moon landing and Australia's role in the moon landing, like receiving Dish and the transmissions and stuff like that. It's really good. We're in the screenshots already. Yay! I made the nearly 20-minute mark. Oh, second time round. Oh, I hope if this sounds trash, I apologize, but I'm using it. I'm not doing this again. Anyway, so there's the screenshots. You can see some of the Magic Realm shots. I then moved the lot to another world where I tried to get some snow going, which was so difficult, but hashtag worth it for the screenshots. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye!